Good morning, scavengers. Hello, hello, hello. This is James, CTX Scavenger here. Welcome to another fun and exciting day in the world of being a scavenger. So, exciting news today. Over the weekend, we had a lot of fun. Last week, we did Tuesday Takeover over at Kim's. The weekend before that, we did the Christmas in July auction. Had a great time. It was exciting to get out, see everybody, have some chat. So hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Look in our upcoming live streams, bookmark our next auction right here is going to be on Thursday. We're going to do one right here on our channel. We're going to be talking some more later on in the show. We got a lot of stuff in the schedule already. I've already been filling up the schedule for August. I've got a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to be busy, busy, busy all month long. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. If you are new here or just joining us here at the CTX Scavenger, there is Miss Jessica coming in to take credit for the day's work, which we haven't even gotten to yet.
What credit? I'm not taking credit for anything.
It wasn't my fault. Anyway, we'll get to that in a few minutes. But we got a lot of upcoming shows coming up. Hold on, let me finish what I was saying. So, right there in the pinned comment, I have a show tomorrow morning. We are live unboxing a brand new unit, which we're going to get to in a few minutes.
We're live tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow live. Look right there at the pinned comment. Live tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. We're going to be on Whatnot. Then, and we're going to go as long as we can before it gets too hot and our phone starts overheating. Then tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m., we're going to be back on Whatnot doing a second show. So we got two shows on Whatnot tomorrow. Then we're going to be shipping on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we will be back at it again right here on YouTube. So we're going to be right here on YouTube on Thursday doing another live show. Make sure y'all bookmark that show. It's already set up in the live stream tab, and we'll be sharing it out on the community tab here in a little bit. So hope y'all are having a fantastic day. We have been busy, 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 busy. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of stuff that we got to get rid of. I got to make some room because we still have a 10 by 20 that's an hour and a half away that I got to go clean out. And so we said earlier in the week, we were not going to buy any more units. So what do? Jessica?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we went and bought another unit today, guys. So we went out. It's right on the north into Austin on the Austin Georgetown border. We got a unit today. It was a 5x10. It's looking like it's a good unit. We got some video of it, but I haven't been able to get it edited and uploaded yet, unfortunately. But we actually only went through about a dozen boxes on the video. There was over 60 boxes in the unit. So we didn't even make a dent in the boxes to go through, and we started finding some good stuff. So it's a good unit. I would not say it's a great unit yet. That's yet to be seen, but we still haven't gone through all the boxes, so we'll see. But it's been a good unit. We found some good stuff. We found some vintage stuff. We found some vintage Christmas. We found some vintage clothes. We found vintage crafting stuff. No Pokemon. This does not look like it's got kids stuff. So there's no video games, no Pokemon, no you know, but a lot of nice vintage clothes, nice vintage stuff so far. And like I said, we just went through about a dozen boxes today. So
yeah, we didn't even get through half of them, huh?
Half. We didn't even make a dent. We went through about a dozen boxes, and I counted over 60 boxes and about 10 totes in that unit.
So you're saying we're going live on Thursday. What are we going live for? Did you tell them?
I said we're doing a live auction on Thursday, right here on YouTube.
Auction. Oh, okay.
I already said that.
Well, I was just making sure that I heard right. I wasn't too sure I heard you say live auction.
We're doing a live auction and sale right here on YouTube. I don't know. I think it's 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, so Tuesday and Thursday.
So we're gonna be
Hey, I've
auctioning
got to know because
Tuesday
I got
on
one of these
whatnot.
times
We're gonna be
out, you
auctioning
know.
Thursday here, and we're gonna. I'm saying auction. We're probably gonna do some buy it nows. We're gonna do some name it to claim it that we learned how to do over at Kim's channel. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna do some auction lots. We may do some box lots. We're just making it up as we go. So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna sell yet because part of it's gonna depend on how we do on whatnot tomorrow. Because it's probably gonna be stuff out of my trailer right now. I've got a fully loaded trailer right now, and I have got to get that trailer empty so I can go get the Lexington unit cleaned up. So we're gonna be.
Ought to be interesting.
I have no room in my storage. My storage is packed.
Thanks to
Our
Justin.
house has stuff all over the house because I have no other place to store it. And we went and bought another unit. After we both agreed we're not going to go buy any more units, Jessica decided she fell in love with this unit. And I agreed it looked like a great unit. It is looking to be a good unit. I would say it's in a good category, not great, but it's definitely going to be a money maker. It's not going to be a money loss. I think, honestly, if we can get some decent prices, even at auction prices, with the stuff we found just today, we'll come close to making our money back.
There were some pretty interesting things in
So
there.
we found some cool stuff. Like I said, I got some video, so I don't want to spoil too much until the video comes out. Hoping my plan is okay. We're gonna go on whatnot tomorrow morning, and we're gonna go until it gets too hot and the phone starts overheating. We get too hot, whatever. We're gonna go as long as we can, as long as we're getting engagement. If we're getting some sales, if things are going, and we're making some progress on that trailer, we're gonna keep going. So it might be an hour, it might be 2 or 3 hours. Um, I'm figuring probably by 11 o'clock noon, the sun's gonna be coming over the house. It's going to be starting to get hot. The phone may be overheating. We may be overheating. So by then, we'll probably call it an afternoon. When I take that break in the afternoon, I'm going to go edit the video and try to get it uploaded to YouTube.
Right.
And then we'll be back on whatnot at 7:30 tomorrow night. I see somebody's watching us in the chat, and I know it's not just me. So if you're here, say hello.
Emily's watching you.
There's 3 though.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say,
according to this, and this counter's
So
off
it's
sometimes.
Jesse.
So if you're watching, say hello. Hey, Lori. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So yeah, we're having some fun this week. We're finding more vintage stuff. And of course, we find a whole bunch of vintage Christmas a week after the Christmas in July sale. That's my luck.
And guess what?
Granted, I think we had some great stuff for the Christmas in July sale, but I'm just saying a lot of this stuff could have been more. We could have done some more name it to claim it and stuff in the Christmas in July with some of this stuff. We could have moved a lot of this stuff during that sale. Hey, Vaccine Rose, one of the best mods on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello.
We're excited to see you.
We are excited to see y'all today. We're having fun today. I'm a little rascally.
You're a little rascally. You're a lot rascally.
Yeah. So
James,
I do have. Yeah, I have. For those of y'all who haven't watched our newest videos, I created a new graphic that says I'm feeling rascally. Unfortunately, I gotta upgrade my StreamYard so that I can do the pop-ups on here.
Shelby.
Hey, Shelby. Kim's we see Emily. Oh, that's Shelby J.
Okay.
She's in the other room.
In the other room. Do you want me to bring her?
Well, I have to grab her probably.
Oh, we'll grab her for you. Hold on.
Well, you talk.
I'll
grab her. Because I have to carry it. You ain't gonna be able to carry her in. People want to say hi to you.
Yeah, you can see Emily. She's listening to us as we're speaking. Oh, thank you, Lori. We tried to bring some stuff. It's going to be interesting because when we went after this unit, like James said, we only got through a few boxes. There were some stuff, but we don't even know what's in them. We stopped after 12, right? It was about 12 boxes. So here she is. Here's the little
Here's
girl.
the birthday girl. She enjoyed her birthday over the weekend.
She's wearing some Sailor Moon today.
Oh, the microphone is in the way.
Yeah, okay.
This was one of her birthday presents. Her Sailor Moon outfit. You gonna say hi?
Cover her up a little bit. It's a little big on her. So, say hi, Emily. Can you say hi? Can you laugh?
Say hi, Shelby.
Huh?
Say hi.
Say hi. Hi.
Oh, she's waving.
Oh, Jesse, why don't you go put on some shorts?
Put some pants on, Jesse. Running around in his underwear.
Oh my
like a normal 5-year-old.
I may have to leave for a second. Anyways, I think I did it purposely. What do you think? Do you think I did it purposely in bidding? I thought she looked pretty cute too.
Bidding.
Huh?
Bidding?
I lost count.
I have no idea what you were talking about.
Oh, do you think it's my fault that we got this unit?
Oh, I absolutely know it's your fault because I said no more units, and then you decided we have to buy this unit.
Well, it
Look
looks
at
so
it.
pretty.
Well, yeah,
it
was
so pretty in the unit.
You'll see it whenever. You'll see what we saw because I did get an opening shot before we even went into the unit. It is perfectly packed, and it is stacked floor to ceiling, all the way front to back.
You know, my husband says he's not very good, but I've got to show this to y'all. And I'm surprising him at the moment because he doesn't even know I'm going to show this. But check it out. Look what he did. It's not that bad.
It's not that good either.
Yes.
It's not bad for considering it was the very first one I ever did.
But I think it looks kind of cool. And the fact that you can even do that.
But I didn't get the line straight. It didn't line up the way I wanted it to. I also used too thin of a wire for that size of stone. I need a thicker wire.
Maybe if it was smaller a little bit, you think?
I need a thicker wire for that size stone.
Okay.
Which I have learned from studying what I'm doing. I have started learning wire wrapping. That's why I bought a bunch of stones at the Christmas in July from where's my other stone too? So I'm gonna get her back. I gotta put her back on her feet.
Oh, so there's a tiger's eye right here. Sometimes Emily's eyes look like this. She has the beautifulest, brownest eyes I've ever seen. When the sun's shining in it, her eyes look like tiger's eyes. My oldest one, he trips out on it just because of that. But Emily is now gone. Hopefully, she's going to be watching us as we're on YouTube. And we finally, how do I say this? I don't even know if he wants me to reveal it yet. So I think I'm going to hold off. James has some stuff that he's wanting to talk to y'all about. And unfortunately, I don't know half of the stuff sometimes because he kind of like puts it together at the last minute. Like I didn't even know we were doing a live auction on Thursday.
This, guys, was one of the stones I got from the lot from Tania at the Christmas in July sale.
Yeah, look what he did.
If I can get it.
Oh, it looked a lot work. It looked a lot.
Well, I've also got too much glare.
Oh yeah, it looks almost the same. It looked better on the picture. The light is not doing it any justice.
Well, the glare from the light is too much.
Oh, that looks better. That looks better.
Look at that. All those gold.
Are you gonna break it up?
This, guys, was a very rough stone. I've already got pictures on my shorts and on my TikTok. So if you'll follow me on TikTok or follow my YouTube shorts, you'll see it. I got the rough pictures of it, and I hand polished that just a couple of hours yesterday. I'm gonna wire wrap that one too when I'm done with it. I still gotta finish polishing it.
So, is there anything about this unit you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, that's one of the ones I outbid you for.
Oh, Lori, he outbid you. Yeah, he has a thing about rocks.
He and I were the ones bidding against each other.
I do too, believe it or not.
That's why I was bidding on the stones, because I do wire wrapping. I'm learning how to do wire wrapping, and so I'm Lori, collecting stones to do wire wrapping on.
Did you see my rock that I showed the other day? Was it on? It was on YouTube, right? I thought I showed it to everybody on YouTube. I found a rock in my dad's
Oh yeah,
yard.
that was about a month or two ago. We showed it on our live.
Yeah, I found a quartz rocks, and it had
It's got gold flecks all throughout the quartz.
and it was just standing there
But we
bright.
still haven't got an acid testing kit to test and see if it's pyrite or if it's actual gold.
It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, I totally agree with James. I told him we're gonna go no more bidding, no more.
No more. I got a 10 by 20 unit that we bought in June. It's an hour and a half drive away. We're renting the unit out for right now.
We got a lot of stuff in
I
there.
need to get my trailer emptied out and get down there and get that one unloaded. For those of y'all that have been coming to our auctions for the last few weeks and been over our auctions over at Kim's, the one we did back in June, most of that auction came out of that unit.
And we still have stuff from that
unit. It's
unit.
loaded with crafting stuff.
We still have stuff.
Pews, coin collection, jewelry, you name it, we found it. We haven't even made it 10 feet in.
And maybe
it's a 10 by 20. We haven't even made it halfway into the unit yet. So I got to get that unit cleaned out, but I need to get my trailer empty so I can load it up and bring it all back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking if I unload my trailer, I just got my tires working on my trailer today too. So if I can get my trailer loaded, I think I can get that unit cleaned out in 2 loads, maybe 3. It's a lot of stuff, but what I'm talking, I'm going to load the trailer, the bed of the truck, the inside of the truck.
And
it's
who
going
knows?
to be totally
Jay
packed.
might do a pop-up live on some of these.
I won't do it out there because I've tried to do a pop-up live from that unit and I don't get a good enough signal.
Oh yeah, it's kind of hot.
Well, it's really, really hot, but it's also I don't get a good enough signal. I was cutting in and out a lot. So I wasn't able to do a live from the unit out there, but I am going to try to at least do some filming. We tried to do some filming on my GoPro, but it was the first time I tried to film a unit on my GoPro that we just got a few months ago.
That's been an interesting.
And I got it onto time lapse mode, so you didn't get any of the audio, and I'm running around like a busy bee.
So my question to you, James, is what this unit that we just picked up, what was your favorite thing that you saw so far? We found a picture. I know we found a picture.
There's a cool picture that we found. I think that's pretty cool. It looks like it's a pencil drawing of some courthouse. It even says on it, I don't remember the name, but
bicentennial something, right?
Yeah, it was a bicentennial, but it said the name of the town. But I can't remember off the top of my head.
75.
But it was done in 1975. It was dated, and it's signed by the artist, but I can't read the signature.
Rubin, something.
I have no idea. It looked like an R is the first letter, but I can't tell you beyond that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But it's a really nice picture. I think it looks like a really well made
and that
solid wood frame. That frame
will look homemade.
It does. It does look like a homemade frame.
They got the paneling,
but it's not like a cheap DIY frame.
Yeah,
this was like a craftsman's homemade frame. It's really solidly built.
They got some of the paneling, the brown paneling.
And I'm a woodworker. I've been doing woodworking. I've done professional woodworking, so I know my woodworking, and this was really well done.
Right. And that wasn't my favorite one. I have to say I saw a little bling in there, if you get my drift. Actually, I saw a couple of things that had a little bling in there. But
there's a little bit. We haven't found any bling yet.
Yeah, no bling.
But we're hoping. I've seen some signs that there might be some in there.
We saw some bling.
We do have some from the Lexington unit. We haven't gotten tested yet. We sold some of the costume stuff from Lexington already, and that stuff sold really well. Some of it was vintage,
right?
Not old vintage like the 1920s or any that early, but it was like 90s, 80s, 70s. That kind of stuff.
From the Lexington?
Yeah. 70s, 80s, 90s, that kind of vintage is kind of the time frame of most of the stuff that we're finding in that unit.
But I think
this lady was also not only a lover, a collector of many things, she was a maker of many things. We found quilting stuff. We found yarn. I have found
I can't wait
crochet
to see what
stuff.
else. Do you think we'll find
Um,
some crystals in there? You never know.
Maybe. I found jewelry that looks handmade. I did find like craft
we did.
jewelry, like making costume jewelry stuff, but I've seen signs that they may have been making their own silver jewelry. I have seen some signs. I found some of the tools necessary for that kind of stuff. And if I find the tools for silver making, by the way, those are not going up for sale because I'm actually learning how to do that along with my wire wrapping. Um, so I'm keeping any of those tools. But if we find that they were making their own silver, we may be able to find silver stock, that kind of stuff too. The downside to that part is she had 5 units and we only bought 1. So they may have had it and it may not have all been in this unit.
Yeah, but James didn't.
But I may have part of it in this
He was
unit.
being conservative. He was being conservative.
Well, we were also really, struggling to get all 5 of them. We wouldn't have had the money to pay
So
for
yarn is close to gold nowadays, Lori says.
Yarn is close to gold. Yeah, it is.
So
I have totes. I have huge totes of yarn.
So I have a question for you crafters. Do some of y'all do y'all have to buy a bunch of the same yarn, like the same yarn brand, the same color? And or does it all can it be all mismatched? That's the thing. I think sometimes you could use mismatched, but I know some people they use all the same
depends on what they're
brand,
doing.
same color.
It depends on
I'm
what
just
project
curious.
they're doing. Some projects require the same color. Sometimes they use different colors. Usually,
But wouldn't that be
when
where
they
the
start
artistry comes in?
Again, it just
Becoming
depends
an
on
art,
the crafter and what they're doing.
I'm just curious.
And a lot of people,
I don't know.
I mean, I know a lot of people who craft, who do a lot of yarn work that, yes, if they're doing this project, they're using all that color, but they're usually working on more than one project at a time, too. You can ask Amber. She'll tell you.
I'm just curious. I'm wondering if y'all don't have the yarn, but y'all are this close to like finishing, and you need that certain color, would y'all go off?
I mean, I don't crochet either.
I thought
so
I'd
my
ask.
brother does, though. My brother does crochet. Amber does crochet.
Yeah, neither can I, Lori. I can't
My
crochet.
mom used to do
I admire people that
crochet.
can.
So, it's
I don't crochet.
I don't crochet.
crochet at all.
I never could get the hang. I never had the patience
needle.
for it.
I can barely sew a needle into. I can't put James. James can do a button. My buttons, whenever I sew a button onto, they look like they're not even in the hole. They're like slightly up, slightly under. So, I give kudos to your daughter because I think anybody who can do that, they're very talented. I am not one of those people, that's for sure. But
But yeah, we got that. The unit we got today, though, we were talking about that, and then we kind of side railed ourselves.
Sorry about that. That was just a question I had.
We do that a lot too. We will derail our
ADHD.
We're both ADHD, so we'll derail ourselves in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the middle of a sentence.
Makes it kind of fun.
But best things that we found. There's a brand new purse. We found a brand new with the tags. Have the receipt. I guarantee you it was a $100 purse. That's what they paid for it. It might be even worth more than that, but that's what they paid for it. They might have got it on sale. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's at least $100 purse because that's what they paid for it.
It was gorgeous.
Brand new. Still got the tags on it. Never opened, never used. Still got all the paper and stuffing and all the pieces. So that was pretty cool. It wasn't, it's not a Coach. It's not a Prada. It's not a Louis Vuitton, but it's a really nice purse. It's not a cheap Walmart one, that's for sure.
No, it's not.
There was that. That was a nice find. There was some nice Christmas stuff. I'm not as big into Christmas as Jessica is, but there was some nice Christmas stuff. We did find some vintage in the box, never out that I can tell. Looney Tunes Christmas lights.
Looney Tunes.
Like 3 or 4 boxes.
Maybe we want to keep them. I don't know if James is going to let me though. So
we'll probably wind up keeping the best stuff.
No, I'm going to let him sell some.
We might keep some of them. Where are we going to put them? One's not just to store them, but where are we going to put them up?
I don't know.
We don't have any place to put them.
I don't know, but I haven't seen everything.
I haven't seen everything. We haven't gone through everything. We just glanced.
60-something boxes?
yeah, 60 something. And even like some of the boxes, like the Christmas stuff, we kind of dug through it and saw some of it, but we didn't unwrap every single item in the boxes either. We looked at a few items, got an idea of what was in there.
That probably
We
would've been
found
3 days.
the Christmas bulbs, not the cheap, shatterproof that they sell at Walmart. We're talking the old style glass Christmas bulbs that everybody wants.
And the
And
wooden.
I don't like selling those online because the last time I sold a lot of those,
they broke.
I wrapped I spent more wrapping them than they paid me for the lot. Just in the bubble wrap alone, I spent more than what they paid me for the lot. And half of them were still broken when they got there.
Yeah.
And I wrapped, it wasn't like, $2 lot, so we didn't spend much. No, I mean, I bought like a whole roll of bubble wrap just to wrap every one of those individually. And I had extra bubble wrap and extra packing stuff and hard packing stuff to kind of keep it from jostling.
Yeah.
And it's still half of them were broke because the USPS is a bunch of pieces of crap and they don't like it when they ship fragile things.
And it's like,
that was actually one of the packages that I learned because I labeled that one with all the fragile tags, do not drop. And that was one of the ones that somebody told me afterwards. They were like, yeah, when you put fragile on it, they take that as a challenge at the United States Postal Service to see how much they can break it. And that was my experience. Unfortunately, I had to refund that lot. And
I don't know how much.
I don't like doing the glass bulbs shipping because of that.
We kind of skimmed the top, so we know that there's glass. We skimmed the top, and then they had the old time wooden. Some of the old wooden ornaments, which we had a bunch of those when I was a kid that were older than me. I mean, they were kind of cute. So we found some of that in there, but I have to say I was kind of surprised. On
books, we got lots of books.
Oh yeah, are you gonna
just what I need? More books.
Are you gonna do a book sale?
I might have to call Amber and Kim and say, hey, I know y'all do all these auctions, but can I go on Amber's channel and do a book
sale? I've never seen so many books. Hey, we could open up our own library.
I could open up a bookstore.
Who else can open up a library like that?
Okay, those of y'all that were at last Tuesday's auction, I put up a whole bunch of books. That wasn't even a dent in the books that were pulling out of that Lexington unit.
Look.
Jessica, you just knocked out my camera.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
You cannot touch that cable.
Go? Is it letting us go? There we are.
It came back on.
Okay.
That wire is loose.
Okay, look.
Yeah, I know. I was at hers Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever it was they did it.
Yeah, look, last week. This is just part
of the little tote of books. We're finding backpacks just crammed with a lot of them are romance novels. She loved her romance novels, evidently, because I'm finding boxes and bags and full of romance novels. I bet you we find some we found
John Grisham,
all those Diana Palmer books. For those of y'all that don't know, because we didn't announce it during the show, after the show, I pulled out another bag of all Diana Palmer books.
Yeah.
Since Carrie bought all the Diana Palmer books, I sent her an offer on those and she took me up on it. So she got all of them. It was like 30 something books.
She got all of them that we know of.
Yeah, that's what we have so far. And I just brought a couple of the things of books back. I have not even made a dent in I've already found at least 20 bags of books.
I'd like to see
that I haven't brought back yet.
I'd like to see some John Grisham, some kind of Kim Zetlinda loves the romance novels.
Yeah. What
I did too. I used to read them a lot.
It was Kim's channel. It's not my fault she didn't bother to show up this time. And
she went to sleep.
Well, she was supposed to be sleeping. That's why I was there. I was there to take her place so she could go sleep. But
before I start.
But the other thing is, I have tons of books. And I have
Amber.
over there. I've got books that I've collected over the last few years from other units. I got like 2 or 3 cases of books over there.
I'm gonna be reading for a long, long time.
So, and they're all kinds. I've got anything from personal development, business strategies, romance novels, fantasy books. Um,
And I like a
so,
little bit of everything. I like to look at the cookbooks. James James grabs the cookbooks for me so I can at least glance and then be like, "Oh no, I want it. No, keep, take it."
but yeah, that was one of the things I was saying. I know I go on Kim's channel, but I might have to get with them and get on Amber's channel and do a media sale to get rid
So,
of some of these books. I've got records too. We
oh
got a
yeah,
case of
he's got some
records
records.
that we found a couple of units ago. We sorted through them a whole bunch. We got a whole stack like this tall of a stack. They're 45s, by the way, and they're DJ copies.
Do you think we'll
That was
find a
something
record
else we
player?
never mentioned. We found the 45s. We went through them, and one of the things we found as we're going through them is a lot of them are labeled DJ copies. These were the copies that were played in the radio station by the DJ.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I had no clue. That's interesting. I find that interesting. So we got DJ
So
records, huh?
So, and I've got DVDs. They were saying DVDs. I've got DVDs. I've got VHS. I've got a lot of VHS tapes, brand new, still sealed in the pack. They were never watched. I've got DVDs, brand new, still in the pack. I've got books. I've got all the media covered.
Right.
I could do a
Except
whole.
for-
I've done a whole whatnot auction just doing media,
Except for the
and
games.
sold like 3 items the whole show.
Except for the games.
And I showed, I went through all of my DVDs. I went through all my VHS. I went through all of my records. And I sold like 3 items in a 2-hour show. So, whatnot wasn't interested in my media. But I think we got some good stuff. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I think at some point we may
Video
want to have
games don't usually count as that kind of media, though.
Oh,
So,
okay. 'cause I was
Those
gonna say,
get their own category.
wow, they're so special. I tell you.
Oh, speaking of video games, I have made a mistake I have never made in 5 years of doing this.
So anybody who's out there,
So I'm very careful to try to make sure, sometimes I'm a little slow. But if you buy from me, I try to be very careful about doing one package, one packing slip, get it on there so that people get the items that they actually bid on, actually ordered. I have had, for the first time ever, 2 customers got each other's orders. And whatnot does not allow me to just give them a return shipping label so that I can get them both back and then send them back to the correct customer. They want me to make both of them do a refund request and then send me the stuff back. The only way they will issue a return shipping label is for them to do a refund, which is stupid because they don't want their money back. They just want the stuff they paid for.
Yeah, they just want whatever they ordered. That would be me. I'd be like, why?
And it's not like I don't know what happened to it. I figured out exactly what happened. I know who has what. They're both willing to send it back, but whatnot won't let us do it that way.
Hey, that's news to me because I didn't even know that.
I've been dealing with this today before we went and got a storage unit.
I know, that's insane. And like I said, he's really.
There's things I love about whatnot, but there's a lot of things that I don't like about whatnot, and that's one of them.
I know you can't do a
and everything I know, I got through fighting with their automated system. I have not talked to a live person yet because I have been trying to talk to live people to say, this is my situation.
We need some live people out there.
We need
somebody.
Not just whatnot. This is just the way the world is going. Everybody wants everything to be automated. And I'd like to talk to a live person.
I know, me too.
And I don't want to fight with an automated system that's just going to give you an automated response and send you around in circles.
Press 1 for this. Press 2 for that. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't understand you. Click.
Yeah, whatnot's got some crazy rules.
Come on.
They don't allow returns unless you're getting a refund, which is stupid. Now, I understand some places do take advantage of returns. And one of the things I do like about the returns, until I get the items back and inspect them and verify that what they sent back to me is what they were supposed to send back to me, whatnot won't give them the refund. because I guess they've learned from other companies where people send whatever shit back and get their money back, and then um, the seller gets screwed because they don't send back what they sent,
You know what I
what sent to
think
them.
is I think there needs to be, yes, protection for the
But it was two
customer, but I
different
think there needs
video
to be
game.
protection
That
for the
video
sellers
games is
too.
what happened. What got me on that because it was two video game lots. I had one that was Wii games and one that was Nintendo 64 games that came out of that unit we got in Dallas, and I swapped the packing slip or the packing labels, so they went to the wrong people because the boxes were identical. But I usually do them one box at a time. I don't know how I got them switched. I really don't, but I did.
Probably you were interrupted by somebody.
I probably got distracted while I was in the middle of doing it, but I have systems and processes in place to keep me from doing it. But in 5 years, it's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
I've had other mistakes. I've had plenty of mistakes, and I own my mistakes when they happen.
Look, everybody's
But that's the first time that one's happened for me.
We're human. We're all human. So I mean, it happens.
So I'm trying to make it right. I'm trying to get Whatnot to work with me, but it looks like I'm gonna have to just refund their orders and then just send it back to me, and then I'll probably resell them again. Because Whatnot's not working with me giving it to them and just getting it back and it's sending the right order to the right person, which would make sense to me.
Well, yeah, it will. We'll just have to see. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, if I did that on a YouTube auction, that's what I did. I'd have both of them. I'd pay for the return shipping. Y'all send it back to me, and then I'll just reship it to the place it's supposed to go. But because that's the smart thing to me, if that's what everybody wants, if they don't just want to refund outright, if that's what happened, just send it back to me and I will get you the order that you paid for.
So
but
James,
Whatnot won't let me do that for some reason.
I have a question for you. This is kind of off the top, a little bit off the top, but not so much. So, what would you do if all of a sudden, a week or two from now, I say, do you know?
I have no idea what you're saying. Okay. I'm just sitting here.
You said no bid, no bid, no bid. What if I said
I'm scared of what you're gonna ask? Well, I would say one, it depends on the unit. If it's another no-brainer, drop dead. I mean, the Lexington unit was a great example of this.
That was
the reason we bought that unit was because the facility screwed up. It was a 10-foot by 20. It was labeled as a 10 by 10. We found out later because we don't see the unit number until we get the invoice. After we got the invoice, the unit number did not match the unit in the pictures. So the units got screwed up. But it was also supposed to close at 4:30 p.m. along with all the other units they had up for sale. But it had this one unit that closed at 4:30 a.m.
So guess who was up?
And there were 0 bids on the unit. The pictures were good. They looked decent, but they weren't that great. So you couldn't see some of the best stuff in the unit because of the way the pictures were taken.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't.
It did not look like a very good unit, but we had a feeling about it. I saw some signs that it looked like a good unit. Jessica saw some signs. So we said, especially for $10, we're going to go take a gamble on that unit.
That other unit that I wanted had a detector in there. What is it called? Metal detector. It had a metal detector.
Yeah, the smaller one. She had 4 units. One of them just had a washer and dryer and a couple of small boxes. So I wasn't going to bid on that one anyway.
I wanted the metal detector.
But the other one was another 10 by 20 that was actually the unit that this one got swapped with as far as the pictures. And it was packed. I would have liked that. And I kicked myself for not bidding. I was afraid of having 2 10 by 20s at the same time was the only reason I didn't bid on the other one because that one went for $90. And I would have gone to that one for $300 or $400.
Well, he didn't know how much it was to rent it out either. So
yeah, one, I didn't know what it would have been to rent it out. 2, I let that one go for $90. But I kicked myself for that one more than the other one.
Yeah,
and the other one was kind of, I thought, getting a little too high for what was in the unit because it was a 10 by 10. I mean, yeah, it would have been a profitable unit as a 10 by 10.
And there were that price,
but we were trying to get other units too.
Yeah, we were eyeing a couple of other units.
Yeah, there was a couple of other units we were looking at, but they went over what we could do on them already, so they weren't worth holding out
Maybe it was
for.
meant that we were supposed to get this one.
This one, I think this was a good unit. I don't think it's.
Oh,
I
listen to this.
it has
Box?
some potential of becoming a great unit, but from what I've seen so far, it is not a great unit yet. It's a good
Find
unit.
out a little bit later. With that being said, I have to say this is the first time that we don't have to worry about what furniture.
There was no furniture. It was all
And
boxes and totes.
The boxes were actually
Everything was neatly
labeled
packed.
on
That's
there.
one of the reasons we liked the unit. It was neatly packed. Everything was
cleaned out.
labeled, and I said even on my video,
That makes
if
two storage
if
units
the
already.
labels are
Two.
correct, it looks like a good unit. So far, with the dozen or so boxes that we've gone through, the labels are spot on. So far we're kind of in a position where we can trust the labels.
Yeah.
Which is rare in a storage unit, by the way, because I see labeled boxes all the time, and 90% of the time, what the labels say is not what's in the box.
Were really nice. I don't know if they had somebody pack it. I mean, I wouldn't take that much time to do all that, to be honest. And
well, some people are OCD though. The way they look, it looks like they were OCD.
You should see the way they pack their clothes.
The way they pack everything. There's nothing that's just thrown in boxes, guys. No. Everything is packed in Ziploc baggies. Mm-hmm. They put baking soda in the Ziploc baggie so it doesn't get smelly. Everything is very, very meticulously packed.
Yes.
Which is one of the reasons I like this unit, is because of how meticulous they were in packing everything. The other side of that is, though, is there's a lot of boxes that could have fit a whole lot more stuff if they packed it a little better.
But I think they didn't want it to. They didn't want it to break. They probably.
But honestly, you're like more risking breakage having half empty boxes, because that's one of the things. There's a lot of boxes. There's a lot of half empty boxes. And you're actually more likely for them to crush. But you're more likely for them to crush because there's so much air in the boxes.
Right. In other words, Jessica, don't.
I know. This is somebody who has been moving crap for 30-something years, because I had a stepmother who was a hoarder and we moved 5 times.
I don't know, but
I've been moving boxes. I know how to stack boxes. I know how to pack boxes. I've been doing it my whole life.
He's really good. I have to say, you think
I can pack the crap out of a car. I can pack the crap out of a load of stuff. I can fit more stuff in a car than most people think is possible.
Yes, he can. I do have to give him credit for that.
I've had people look at tasks and say that there's no way that'll all fit, and we get it in there.
I know. I was kind of like.
We've had times that we were at units and she's like, we're going to have to make another trip. No, we don't.
I don't know. You were the one that did it last time. You did it last time, but we got it in there.
But we still got it all in there.
We got it all in there. So that was you last time, not me. I was like, no, I think we
I didn't even think we could get it all in there, and we wound up getting it all in there.
We ended up getting it in there. What unit was that?
It's just keep pushing and packing. The Dallas. No, it wasn't the Dallas unit, because that one we didn't have to worry about space on that one. That was the worst thing about the Dallas trip was
for him, not for me. I was way ahead of him. We were like an hour. I called him.
But no.
Listen to this story,
the big part about the Dallas trip was, okay, we get up there, we buy this 10x10 or 5x10.
Yeah.
We were trying to get a 10x20. So we thought we were going to need a lot of space to hold this stuff back up. And that one got canceled. But we had to rent a truck. So we bought a truck that would haul the 10x20. So as it is, we went up with a 5x10 with a 16-foot box truck. We didn't even fill up the front. We didn't even get past the front axle on the damn truck as far as how deep that truck was loaded. But we even were like, maybe we get a better deal, get a smaller truck. That was the smallest truck in town. We tried to downgrade our truck.
A really good deal on
so they gave us a good discount on the truck, because they gave us the 10-foot truck rate for the 16-foot truck, because that was the only truck they had.
And then it was funny because
honestly, I could have fit it all in my trailer if I had my trailer, but I didn't have my truck, and our car doesn't have a tow hitch.
Yeah, because what happened was, before we left, this is the story. I said, hey, James, we're going to be down there all week long. Wouldn't it be great if we snagged a unit? I said, we're going to have some downtime. And he tells me, no, we're going to go.
I was already looking at units.
He started looking at units at when? Wednesday? Tuesday?
No, I was looking at units before we even got there.
Well, they get.
I was looking at units up there before we even left.
He told me no, but I guess he started looking at units before he even left. So then it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, and he goes, "Oh," I hear, "Oh," and then I was like, "What?" He goes, "Look at this unit. How many units were there?"
We had I had like six units that were up in Dallas that we had on our watch list.
I came by and we downgraded the units.
Yeah, we cut some of them.
We cut some of
but
them.
The two that we were the most interested in, we had two really, really good. And part of it's because we were thinking about the Christmas and July sale, but there were two really, really good units that were really nice Christmas-based units. And they both got canceled at the last minute.
Yeah. And then so the unit that we bought was like a backup.
But it closed before the other one, so.
And James was already regretting buying. He was kind of having buyer's remorse a little bit.
I was doubting whether or not it was worth the expense of the truck. I didn't regret buying the unit. I regretted having to rent a truck to haul that small of a unit. I don't go all the way to Dallas to buy a 5x10. If I'm going all the way to Dallas, I want a 10x20. I want enough product to make it worth that long of a trip.
But it was worth it.
But it's been a good unit so far. I haven't even gotten to the back of the unit where, because it's in my storage and it got put in the back of my storage. And then all these other units we bought since then have gotten piled in front of it.
Yeah, there's some really nice stuff in there.
So, if you saw the clothing video yesterday, I actually talked about it on yesterday's video. We were sorting some of the clothes and stuff. And I kind of, at the end, I kind of pointed out, we've got all the artwork and the brass furniture from that Dallas unit is in the very back of my storage. So I've got to get everything cleared so I can get to the back and get to that stuff, because there's some artwork in there that I've already looked up the artist's name, and I've got to do some deeper looking at some of the artwork, because that particular artist's work goes from hundreds of dollars up into thousands of dollars. So I've got to find out what I've got, what the value of his stuff is. We may have to take that stuff to an art appraiser and get it appraised to see,
or go to an auction
where
house.
Go to an auction house, go to somebody that knows art better than I do. Because I've done really well with artwork over the years, but I've been lucky as hell because I have no idea what I'm doing.
You would think we do, but we don't.
You would think so, because I pick up. I go through pictures at Goodwill, and I'll find a picture. I'm like, hey, that's a really cool picture. $10. I'm going to take a chance on it. I put it up on auction on eBay. It goes for $100. I put one up. I kind of kicked myself. I think I did a great flip, but I picked one up. Jessica was in the hospital. I was actually at the Goodwill buying her some clothes to wear home the next day. But I was looking at the pictures, and there was this wolf picture that I picked up. We have a video of it on YouTube. It was one of our early videos, but I picked up this wolf picture just off of a chance, and it was a gut instinct. It had a certificate of authenticity with it. I was like, this looks like a really good painting. I took it. I did a little bit of research, found out a little bit about the artist. I listed it for $120 at 7:30 p.m. At 5:30 a.m., when I got up to get ready to go to the hospital to see Jessica, it had already sold. Less than 12 hours for $120, and I picked it up for $10. I think I underpriced it for it to sell that fast.
Yeah, that's a bad habit James does. He doesn't think things.
But I still think that's a good flip. I paid $10. I made $120 overnight.
Really bad at estimating prices of what people.
Hey, I did about 5 minutes worth of research. I had total to source it, list it, research it, ship it. I had maybe 45 minutes worth of work into that piece.
Did that also happen with the shoes too? You had some shoes.
I had a pair of Nikes that I had picked up at the same Goodwill a few months before, and
too. I think the same week.
I put them up, and they sold within a week. I bought the shoes for $20, but they were brand new. Still had the tags. They were a pair of Nikes. I don't remember exactly which model, but they retailed for like $120, and they were at the Goodwill for 20. So I picked them up. I listed them, and they were an odd size. They were like a 14 and a half. So they were a bigger size, which are usually easier to sell very quickly because people can't find them. And I sold them within like 3 days.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I would have to say that trip to Dallas was interesting.
Yeah, that Dallas, the last Dallas trip. Okay, so we loaded up this huge box truck. So I'm driving this huge ass box truck that's mostly empty.
The facilities, we hadn't eaten yet, and we said, okay, are we going to eat beforehand, or are we going to eat on the way?
And yeah, so we were going to meet halfway.
We were going to meet halfway, and we were going to meet at a certain time, right? And we were going to.
Well, we were going to meet at a certain place whenever we got there.
Time. Like, how far away are you?
But we had set a certain place that's about halfway from where we were at to the house.
Listen to what happens.
So the thing is we were north of Dallas. And if anybody knows Dallas, Kim will know. Most people don't know Dallas. You've got I-35 that goes through Dallas. Well, just north of Dallas and just south of Dallas, I-35 does a split. You have I-35W goes through Fort Worth, and you have I-35E goes through Dallas, and then it comes back together south of Dallas in Hillsboro. Well, we were right where we got on 35 was like the very next exit was that split. So I had to very quickly decide, do I go through Fort Worth or do I go through Dallas? Well, they were ahead of me, and they went the Dallas route. I went the Fort Worth route because on paper, the Fort Worth route is about an hour shorter. On paper. But they were at the halfway point waiting on me, and I still wasn't through Fort Worth yet because there was an overturned vehicle on 35 and it was shut down.
You should have seen his reaction.
And it took me an hour and a half to go 1 mile to get to the next exit so I could get off of 35.
It was so hilarious because I'm like, we're at, me and my son make it to the meeting place, right? And I'm like, hey, where are you? And he's like, where are you? I said, well, where do you think? I told you where I was going to call you. He goes, you're joking, right?
And y'all were already there? And she was like, no, we're already there. I said, let me guess, y'all went through Dallas. And she was, well, yeah, why wouldn't we? I said, because I'm stuck in Fort Worth. I had already been stuck in Fort Worth. I was just getting through the traffic jam in Fort Worth and starting to move again when she called me. And I was an hour away.
It was going to be an hour. But so we intentionally bid up some time. Me and Hunter did. We went, got off, used the restroom there, got all of Emily's stuff together, did what we had to do there. Then we decided we were going to go eat, and we drove like maybe like a little bit further, and there was like bad traffic. So that gave him enough time to come back and catch up to us. So he did. I think you were what, 5
I was like 20 minutes. I was like 15, 20 minutes
15,
behind
20
y'all.
minutes by that time. Because we stopped and we actually ate. Like
they stopped and ate, and they got stuck in traffic too.
And we got stuck in traffic. So did you get stuck in traffic? I never got to ask you that question.
It slowed down a little bit, but I didn't get stuck.
Not like us.
Oh, it had already started moving again before I got into it.
Moving, yeah. So we were in the bad traffic. That's probably what helped him. Because I was like, did you have the keys?
It wasn't enough.
You had the keys to the house.
No, y'all had the keys to the house because it was on the car keys.
Oh, okay. But it was something like that. And James was surprised that he was that far behind. You know, what? I only was 15 minutes. Yeah. Well, that's because we kind of.
But it was, you know, it from where I was at to where we were supposed to meet, it should have taken me an hour and a half. And it took me 3 hours just to get to Fort Worth.
We didn't have that problem.
So I went to Fort Worth side. They went through Dallas. They got all the way straight through nonstop, and I got stuck in a traffic jam. But had I gone through Fort Worth and it gone according to plan, I was going to be there before they were.
So believe it or not, though, James, if you had gone through Dallas, you probably, if you were that far behind us already, there was a portion of Dallas that was starting to be stop and go, stop and go, start and go. But then
I wasn't that far behind y'all though. What put me far behind was getting in a traffic jam in Fort Worth.
Well, I know, but if you had gone to Dallas, you might have gotten track because it was starting to get.
I wasn't that far behind y'all when y'all went that way. Y'all were, because we left the gas station at the same time. So y'all were just a couple of minutes ahead of me.
And you didn't know which way we went, so it didn't matter.
But yeah, but y'all went ahead of me instead of staying with me, and so I didn't know where y'all went.
He was ready to go. Hunter was like, "Forget this, I'm leaving." He was ready. He was gone. So, and I had to make him stop. He was like, "Well, we'll stop when we get there." No, we need to eat now. So, and I think James ate finally. When did you eat? Did you stop and get something to eat?
No. Well, I stopped and grabbed a bag of chips and a drink.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't even
get
to eat.
I didn't even stop to eat. I
was starting to get really moody. I knew that I had to eat because I was snapping.
Well, the other thing was because I'm a smoker, and I had to stop and get a pack of cigarettes because y'all took off and y'all had my cigarettes in the car.
That was hilarious. And you know what? It's funny because I did pick up the cigarettes thinking, oh, he's gonna have to draw. Oh, he's gonna have to get something to smoke. And he was already feeling it. I could tell he was real like.
Well, I get antsy in the traffic anyway, and whenever I got caught in a traffic jam,
it was.
And I'm not comfortable in that truck. No, I
do too bad. Oh, when the big truck,
I don't mind. I can drive a big box truck like that, but I'm not very comfortable with driving because I don't drive one all the time.
I was kind of wondering how you were going to do that because that was a big ass truck.
I've driven them before. I can do it. But it does make me a little antsy when I'm in heavy traffic, when I got cars right up next to me.
I know,
you know, right? I'm sandwiched in between two 18-wheelers, and I'm in a big enough truck. If I blip 2 inches either way, I'm running into something.
And then what do we do the following week?
Yeah, then we go about 4 units.
Oh, wait, 3, right? 3?
4. Well, we bought 3. We got 1 for free.
He's sitting on part of the free unit that we got.
Yeah, the stool I'm on is one of the.
Too.
Yeah, it's on the videos. It was on yesterday's video. I've got like 3 videos showing off that free unit now.
Yeah.
So it's out there for plenty of people.
And then what does he do? So. He goes and he ruins the shelf.
So anyway, we've been having some fun adventures the last few weeks. I do want to go through some business really, really quick. First of all, for those of y'all that bought 2 of me at either the Christmas in July auction or at Kim's auction, the Tuesday takeover that we did last week, I have 9 packages from those 2 auctions right here that have not paid their invoices yet. So if you have not received your invoice, check your spam folder because all invoices are sent. All my packages are packed and ready to ship. I'm just sitting waiting for people to pay their invoices. So if you haven't received an invoice, email me, storagescavenger@gmail.com. Let's look at it, see what's going on. We'll figure out where your invoice is at. If you just haven't paid your invoice, email me, let me know what's going on. I don't mind working with people on payments within reason, as long as you communicate with me. I've been working with other people. I've got a couple of people that have contacted me. I'm working with them on their payments, and I know what's going on. We're cool. But I have most of those 9 have not heard a word from. And honestly, I'll hold on to it for about a week. If I haven't heard from you at least within a week, I'm putting this stuff back up for sale. Because it's not fair to everybody else that you outbid that they could have wanted that stuff. So we're going to put it back up for offering if people don't contact me at least. I'll hold on to it. I've got packages from a month ago that I'm still holding on to because they've been communicating with me. I do say within reason though, because I can't hold on to stuff indefinitely. And I try to work with people as much as I can, but I can't hold on for 2 or 3 months. If it's a few weeks, I can work with you. If it's, if you even need to make payment arrangements and pay me in installments, I won't ship until I get the final installment. But if you want to pay me in installments, we can do that. I know some of these get kind of high. I work with people as much as I can. And I know some people kind of get sticker shock when they see the shipping price.
Well, and then you've
especially people that live in New York, upstate Washington, the really, really far away places. The further it goes and the bigger your box, the more expensive the shipping is going to be. And that's not me. When I put a shipping charge on there, that is exactly what the post office charges me. In fact, sometimes I give it a little bit of a discount. I've had times where, you know what, it was $12. I'm going to charge you 10. Um, and then I'll cover the rest of it. I do that sometimes. I can't do it for everybody, especially if you pay $2 for a lot. I'm not going to take $2 off your shipping. But you know, I try to work with people as much as I can at the same time. We do this to make money, but we also try to help people out and give you great deals as much as we can.
Monthly income.
But if you have not heard from me, if you do not have your invoice, first check your spam folder, see if it's in there. If not, email me storagescavenger@gmail.com because I'm trying to get this stuff out to people. I want people to get what they paid for. I want people to pay for what they ordered and get everybody ready. The other thing is, if we are having the auction on Thursday, if you have not paid your invoices, you are not going to be eligible to bid until you have. That's, I think, pretty much standard with all the YouTube auctions that I know now. And that's just to be fair to everybody. If you have outstanding invoices, we're not going to allow you to continue to bid on more stuff. Okay, so there's that. The other thing, we have a fully loaded schedule. So tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. on Whatnot. I know some people don't like Whatnot. If so, follow us over there at CTX Scavenger on our Whatnot channel. There's a link in the pinned comments to tomorrow's show. You can bookmark that. Tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. So 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. tomorrow on Whatnot. 2 shows one day, both live unboxing this unit that we got sitting in the trailer right now. Thursday, right here on YouTube, we're going to go through some more stuff. Whatever's left over from the Whatnot auction, whatever's left on the trailer, we're bringing it here to YouTube. We're going to be doing buy it nows. We're going to be doing name it to claim it. We're going to do some auction lots. We want to move this stuff out. I'm not here to hold on to stuff for long periods of time. I got a 10 by 15 storage unit of my own that's packed. I got to clear out that stuff. I got to clear out this new stuff that we just bought. I've got stuff piled up behind me that I got to get rid of. And I got a 10 by 20 that I need to move in to all that space I'm trying to clear out. So I'm going to be offering deals. I just want it out my door, get me some space so I can get some other stuff in. So there's that. Those 2 shows. For those of y'all that do enjoy Whatnot, August the 24th, I am going to be doing an all-day raid train with Storage Madness. They're also from Texas. They're from the other side of Texas, up in the Panhandle, Amarillo. Met them over on Whatnot. Now I follow them on YouTube. I follow them over on TikTok. They're some really great ladies. They just picked up a 4 units in our hometown of San Angelo, Texas. Woohoo! And I'm sitting here saying, geez, I wonder if those belong to somebody we know.
They might.
They might, because we know a lot of people.
To a lot of people in San Angelo.
Between her and I, we know half the people in San Angelo, Texas. So we probably know who the people who. It might be my ex-wife stuff. She lost some of my stuff in the storage unit after we got divorced. So she could have lost stuff again. But we never know, you know. But we're doing an all-day raid train with them, and it's not going to be selling. We're going to be hanging out, chatting with people, kind of like what we've done here, and we're going to be doing live giveaways all day long. We're going to be on for 20 minutes. Giveaways last 5 minutes. So as soon as we start, we're starting a giveaway. As soon as we end a giveaway, we're starting another one. We're going to do 4 giveaways in 20 minutes.
How many? 4?
4 giveaways in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Getting to know some people on the Whatnot community, hanging out, chit-chatting, telling them a little bit about us, sharing a little bit of Emily's story and why we do reselling. And so it's just going to be fun. Even if you don't like to buy on Whatnot, come hang out, get some free stuff. And that show is live on my TikTok shows list right now. So you can go and bookmark that show on our Whatnot show. Number 2, in September, I believe September the 7th. I'll have to go back and look at the calendar. I already wrote it down on the calendar. There's another raid train on Whatnot. This one is going to be a speed auction, sudden death, speed rounds, fast-paced auction.
So did we get a little buzzer?
No.
Like Family Feud?
Oh. No. Not that kind of buzzer. What it is on the thing we could sudden death so that, okay, you know how like when we bid on storage units and it does the soft close where it adds time?
Yes.
Okay, sudden death means there's no soft close.
So does that mean we
So
can
like
use it?
on Whatnot, there's a 5-second or
Oh, it's on
10-second
Whatnot.
soft
Never
close.
mind.
So
It's on
everybody
Whatnot.
bids, it adds 5 seconds to the auction.
I was thinking YouTube.
So we're gonna do sudden death. They're gonna be dollar starts, sudden death auctions. So it's gonna be
Ooh.
fast paced, low prices. We're gonna be knocking some stuff out. We're gonna run as many items as we can in, I think it's like 45 minutes. So, and I've seen people in those 45-minute shows run 150 to 200 items.
And boy, do we have that kind of stuff on.
And I've got enough stuff right now. I could do that kind of show. Bam, 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 bam,
Like
bam.
daily almost right now.
But I've got to practice the speed runs. So I'm going to be doing some speed run practice rounds between now and then.
Can I have a little button?
I have YouTube. I got my fuck you button over there somewhere. You guys have a fuck you.
I'll behave. Anytime, any day.
I need to find that. I need to find that button. I kept it because I wanted it for.
Well, I'm just saying, if you wanted some practice, I can give you some practice.
I kept that button for a reason.
You know.
And now I don't know where it went. It's over here somewhere, I think. Unless
you know, I
somebody
remember
snagged it.
seeing it. Maybe it's in there.
Well, it was up on top there, but I don't know. We'll find it later.
Oh,
but anyway, yeah, I got a little button that goes different versions of "fuck you" every time you hit the button.
Hey, we should bring it out one of these days.
I know. I saved it for my live streams.
Hey, so does that mean we're not getting offended? F you.
Yes, but you can't do it on Whatnot, but you can do it here on YouTube.
Darn it.
Well, actually, you can't because I've started marking my shows as explicit content. And that's because of some of the things we find in storage units. When we're doing live unboxings, you never know what you're going to find when you open that box. You might open that box and find dolls. You could find magazines of different flavors. You could find comic books of certain flavors. You never know. I mean, there was a girl going through a bunch of Pokemon cards the other day, and she pulled out a Pokemon card, and there was this girl that was buck-ass naked with her legs spread open and everything showing.
What about those one cards?
And I was like, that is not a Pokemon.
What about the PB playing cards?
Yes, we are going to be busy because we bought all this stuff and I got to get rid of it. And I got to get the Lexington unit cleaned out, and then I got to get rid of it, and then I got to go get some more.
And unfortunately, I was like, let's
part of it too.
Find the storage unit.
Part of it, we enjoy doing the storage units. I don't enjoy it. I enjoy the community. I enjoy chatting with people. I'm not a big salesman. That's why I sell stuff so cheap. I don't like selling stuff. I'm like, as long as I make enough money, I don't care. I just want to make my money back, make a little bit of money to pay some bills, and let's go. I don't want to sit here and haggle. And so I offer stuff cheap. Just move it out, get rid of it, go get some more stuff. Because the storage units is the fun part for me. And I like some people, he's not everybody's cup of tea, and I get that. I love Jeebus and Amber. I learned a lot from following Jeebus and Amber, and I like their model. He is a YouTube content creator first who happens to do storage units versus Pirate and Decent, and who's a storage unit buyer who happens to do YouTube. Okay, and it's a very different mentality between being a content creator versus being a storage auction buyer primarily.
I like watching Pirate.
I love Pirate. I miss the pink hair. Because we've been anybody in old school. I've been following Pirate since the pink hair days.
Did you hear this? And if anyone talks to Pirate, tell him he needs to.
I've been on a panel with Pirate. The very first time I was on a live stream, I had 20 subscribers. I was nobody on YouTube. I was on a live stream, and Fat Man the Flipper, Alex, now known as That Man, Coach That Man, but he was doing an open panel audience takeover, basically. On his reselling show. And so I jumped in because I was like, nobody knows who I am. I want to get known in this community. So I jumped in on a live stream, got up in front of people, was chatting a little bit. Then here comes Pirate. And then here comes Guapo, and then in came Storage Legends, and I'm just sitting here going. And then I was on there for another hour and a half and didn't say like 2 words. Because I was just like fangirling over, oh my God, I'm on a panel with Pirate.
Fangirling. Well, you have to give yourself credit, James.
But then also Danny May came in. And that's when I met
Danny.
Danny May. She's a little sweetheart. And I met Robin and I met Danny May. And that's how our whole adventure of getting to know everybody started.
And y'all don't know James
was through
very well.
Alex. I am not an outgoing person.
Yes, he is not.
I have to force myself.
Outside of the show.
I am the most introverted person I know. I hear people call themselves introverts and they are extremely outgoing compared to me.
He really is.
I would stay here in my room and never leave my room.
The fact that he even
interact with other
is
people
saying a lot. I mean, seriously, this guy, people first meet him.
And I enjoy it once I get going, but at the same time, it's like it takes a lot out of me. It's not that I can't interact with people. It takes a lot out of me, and I can enjoy it, but I'm not energized by it. I'm exhausted by it.
You really have. You come a long way.
Well, a lot of it's practice.
They would never suspect that you have that kind of a problem. Probably because you tend to
part of it too is that
you talk to them over there.
I am heavily medicated for your protection, and that is helping me to be a much more better professional.
Or their protection?
Everybody's. Because I'm on meds for my ADHD now, which is helpful, and it's helping me be more organized and busy in my business. I'm also on anxiety meds, though. And they're on PRN, but I'm taking them almost every day.
I have to give it to him. His anxiety level the day we went to Dallas probably shot up all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I could hear it in his voice, and I could hear it, while he was driving too.
So anyway, yeah. So we got all the upcoming shows. We're gonna be for those of y'all that enjoy YouTube and whatnot, the 20th. Well, first of all, tomorrow. What's today? Monday? Tomorrow. Everybody needs to go to Kim's channel. It's about to get real. Because Kimmy and Goose are doing the takeover.
Ooh, Takeover Tuesdays with Kimmy.
Kimmy and Goose tomorrow night on Kimmy's channel.
Oh, wait.
It's going to be a blast.
Get to go?
I love it when we'll be in the chat. We're not going to be on the channel.
Because you're planning on going live, right? At 7:30? Is this afterwards?
They go until like midnight. I'm not going to be on whatnot that long.
Well, I'll be dead asleep by that time. But at least I'll be able to.
No, they're not coming on at midnight, but they go past midnight.
Right.
So I'll be on. I'll be coming in after I finish my whatnot show.
Now I remember being able to late.
And we didn't start last time until 9, and I'm usually done on whatnot by then.
Yeah.
So I don't know what time they're starting, but we didn't start our show till 9.
That's true.
So I don't know, but
I'm sure we'll.
But Kimmy and Goose tomorrow night over on Kim's channel. Tons of fun. We love Kimmy and Goose.
Oh wait, I can't bid.
No, we can't bid on anything.
Oh shoot, my hands are tied. Crap.
You know what happened when we said that last time?
No.
James. She told me over the weekend, no more bidding on anything, and then I went and bought something
that
on whatnot.
Was you. You're the one that bid 4 things on whatnot, and I told you to only bid 2 and how much money you had. And then what do? You overspend on me. I'm like, what the hell? I'm the one that's supposed to be spending the money. I've never seen you spend so much money in your life.
Well,
that's like the most I've ever seen.
Okay, I was talking about Jeebus and Amber. They found a crystal unit, and I bought boxes of crystals.
Oh, it's starting at 10.
They're starting at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. See? Okay, that gives me enough time.
I'll probably be off of whatnot by then, so I will be coming over there when if I happen to still be on whatnot, I'll come over as soon as I'm done. But I will be in there.
I'm gonna be like this.
I may not be allowed to bid. I may have my hands tied behind my back and go bidding with my nose. Go.
Bid. And I'll be like,
feeling rusty.
No bidding.
So we got that, but the other thing is the 20th of August, which is where I was going. That's in 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing the Tuesday takeover again. And this is our regularly scheduled Tuesday takeover, not me stepping in at the last minute to help out. So,
Oh, really?
oh, y'all start at 10:30 tonight? Cool.
Oh, they got one going on tonight.
They
who's hosting?
they go 6 nights a week.
Who's hosting? Do you know?
7 nights a
Destiny,
week.
do you know who's hosting?
Kim and Amber usually.
Kim and Amber. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I like Kim and
So
Amber.
I will be doing the Tuesday takeover on the 20th, unless she took me off the schedule. But she never said that. She just said I was helping out for the night. She didn't say I was replacing my one that was already scheduled. So I'm assuming I'm still on the schedule for the 20th. So we got the 20th, and then the 24th, we got the raid train, and then we're going to be back on, I think it's the 7th, doing another raid train. That one's going to be speed auction, speed rounds, sudden death, fast bids, fast pace, dollar starts.
And I do have to say something to James before we do leave. I have to
$5 million worth of product sold.
I have to apologize
for
to my
$10.
husband. There was an incident that happened. Was it this week that it happened? We were at the unit in Kyle
After Big Barn goes off.
And the reason
I was at Big Barn before I started my life.
Oh yeah, Big Barn's nice. The reason why you see me sitting in the truck is because all of us. I did a very stupid move as a diabetic.
Yeah, we were out there in the heat and she didn't bring nothing to eat. And she didn't ask me, and I had already mentioned, but she didn't listen, that there was drinks and snacks in the cooler in the back of the truck.
So we're in the middle of filming, and I kid you not, all of a sudden I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to plant one face down in the ground while we're shooting, because all I saw for a second was black. And then I got really, really, really shaky. And I also got really, I think I had heat exhaustion. I just wanted to throw up right afterwards. But my poor husband was right in the middle. I could understand because we were right in the middle of filming, and I just had that attack. So I really wanted to apologize to him. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'll never do that again.
It is what it is.
At least this time it wasn't as bad.
Just listen and do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
He was a good sport about it. I mean, he could have been a lot worse. He could have been a lot worse. But anyways, all right.
I'm also moving. You know, I've been learning a lot from Jeebus and Amber. I've been trying to get better at how I edit my videos, making them a little bit more, cutting a lot of the fluff, cutting a lot of the sitting around, digging through stuff, cutting more to just, showing the stuff that we're finding.
Josh, some of this stuff.
We did have to leave some of the stuff though, because I wanted some of the conversations that were going on. And it's like, I don't want to cut the conversation off. So
you should see his reaction.
But even then, there was a bunch of conversations that were cut that I wanted in there. I had over 3 hours. We were out there for over 3 hours. I got like a 30-minute video, but we were out there for over 3 hours in that heat. And it was hot. And the way our facility is laid out, the early morning you've got the sun behind the building, but once it gets to noon, that sun is directly overhead, and it doesn't go behind the other building until like 8:30 at night. So it goes from like noon till about 8:30. That sun beating right down on us.
Yeah. At least you were kind of like shaded a little bit,
but her blood sugar started crashing. I had snacks and drinks, but she didn't even when she started crashing, she didn't go look in the cooler and get the snacks and drinks I had for her.
And the thing is he told me.
I told her that, but they were there.
And I totally forgot.
And they were iced down. It wasn't even like hot drinks like I had to drink today because I didn't redo the ice in them, and they were still in there from yesterday. And so I grabbed a soda out of there today, and I went to drinking on it. I was like, God damn, this thing's hot.
Oh, I'm so
fuck
sorry.
You.
Where's my buzzer? I want my buzzer.
I gotta find my fuck you. I gotta find my fuck you. Okay. I hope somebody didn't get rid of it.
I don't think so. I want to say it's up there.
It was up there, but
I want to say
it might have fallen down.
All right, anyway.
We'll find it later. Well, we're an hour and 20 minutes into our hour-long show once again, because here we go again. That's okay. I don't mind. I mean, hey, at least I'm here and kind of reining us in, because I had one of these, a few months ago. I went to do an hour-long show, which is what we normally try to do, And like 3.5 hours later, I was like, oh shit, I need to go.
Oh, I remember that. I had to be like, James.
You were like, James, are you still live? And I was like, yeah, oh shit, I've been on for 3 hours.
I know, right? And then it doesn't help when I'm right there because I'm like a distraction in itself too. So
yeah. So it gets fun. We start having conversations. We get the chat going, and
the thing is when we get
once I get warmed up and going, sometimes it's hard to get me to shut up.
Yep. You're not the only one.
Tania had that problem the other day. Once we get going, it's hard to get us to shut up. Thank you, Vexy. We try. You know, I'll tell you what, the funnest we've ever done. Okay. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but the funnest show we've ever done was Thanksgiving weekend 2020. You remember what we did? We did. Okay, we invited all the other resellers because everybody was doing auctions and Black Friday sales, and we said, we're going to give everybody a break from the auctions. So we went live at 7 a.m. and we stayed on for 14 hours.
I remember that.
We did have to stop stream and start a new stream at one point. But we went for 14 hours nonstop. Now, I had other people coming on the panel, and Jessica came in, so I was able to get a cigarette break. I was able to go potty, you know. So, but for most of that 14 hours, I was on the camera.
Oh, I forgot I'd even come in, but
there was a couple of times I took a small break for like a few minutes. I would go smoke, I would go use the bathroom, and I come right back. But for most of that 14 hours, I was on camera and I was talking almost the entire time.
Which is unusual for me.
I had no voice, but it was fun. And we maintained between 40 and 60 people in the chat the entire time. Now, we had a lot of people coming and going, but we maintained about 40 to 60 people. Now, for those people that are new to YouTube and that are trying to get monetized, if you want to get your hours, do a 14-hour long stream and keep 60 people in your chat the whole time. I guarantee you, we got almost our entire 4,000 hours of watch time in that one stream.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
We had over 3,000 hours of watch time in that one stream.
That's news to me. I didn't know that. I had no clue.
The community had fun. We did some giveaways. We had other resellers come on just talking about the reselling business. We just getting into conversations. We told stories. We were telling stories about our storage units. We had some bigger channels come by and come on for a few minutes. We had smaller channels.
Yeah.
Robin came on. We had, at the end, one of the best parts of the night. I think we ended it with a bang. We had a whole full panel. We had every box full, and we were just hanging out, had a chat. And really, because we were supposed to go, this is again where we get going. We were supposed to go for 12 hours, and we went for 14.
Hey, at least it's not as bad.
Because even after a 12-hour live stream, we forgot, oh, we need to stop and get off.
What if you had taken it to 24 hours? Oh,
I don't think, I've seen people do 24 hours. I saw a guy that does a subscriber thing on Twitch, but he also does them sometimes on YouTube. And he went on for 36 hours straight.
Like, what do you talk about when you do that?
I have no idea. I think I might run out of stuff to say in 36 hours. I would probably fall out of sleep at some point.
I think some people
but he has gone on live for 36 hours straight. I don't know how. I would be absolutely exhausted before the end of the first day. But that's that's a day and a half. 24 hours plus 12 hours, 36 hours. That's a day and a half.
Nope.
Nonstop.
I'd be after the first.
The community enjoyed it. We invited people from the chat to come on and say hi if they wanted to. A few people did. Most of it was other YouTubers and other sellers coming up, talking about their reselling journey, talking about the reselling business. And for us, I wasn't doing it to teach about reselling. I was doing it because we were still so freaking new at what we were doing. I was taking notes the whole time. I ain't stupid. The best way for me to learn how to do it, invite other people to come on my channel and talk to my audience about how to do it. And I'm taking notes.
I've been taking notes too.
I learned a lot. You know, I
Wasn't it
shared
tea?
some things. I
Wasn't it
shared some of
tea?
our
Wasn't it
experiences, but I
Tania
learned a
that
lot.
you learned the just recently?
Yeah, I
What's it
mean,
called?
the name it to claim
Yeah,
it.
name it's claimants.
You know, we've never done a name it to claim it until we did it at Tees last week. You know what? We had a lot of fun doing the name it to claim it. We're going to be doing something on Tuesday or on with Thursday at our show. So, you know, that's fun. That was fun. You know, just put a bunch of stuff up there, let y'all figure out what you want, pick which ones you want. Let's go. We're probably going to do that with some of the stuff out of this unit. We're probably going to say, okay, this is all $5 items, and this is
So
what
are
all
you
you
gonna
got.
do some live unboxing at that point? Or are you gonna do it
I
all
may.
tomorrow?
It depends. I don't know how much I'm going to get through tomorrow.
I know there's a lot
Again,
of boxes.
we got
a lot of
we got over
boxes.
60 boxes.
I don't know. If I'll be able
Over
to get through
60
them all.
boxes, guys.
Ooh, wouldn't that
So
be?
it's going to take a while to go through
Wouldn't
all
that be
60
interesting?
boxes.
You get
I might do, but I'm going to do 2 shows. So I don't know how far I'm going to get tomorrow. There's some of the boxes we've gone through, but like I said, we've only been through about a dozen boxes. And
yeah.
they may
So
be
some of them we already kind of
some
know
boxes are really easy and fast to go through because they're like personal crap, and we can't show that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, set that one aside. But some of them are like we found boxes of magazines.
magazines. Old magazines.
Some people might want to buy them. I don't know because I don't know why people want to buy old magazines.
And wasn't there
but
something
sometimes
there? I
people
want,
do.
I want to know what's that politics one. There's one that says
There-
politics on it.
There's a box that says politics. There's also books about Hillary Clinton and George Bush and Obama and.
I wondered if there were like someone was like a senator or into politics or in the.
No, they
I
were
don't
like.
know. It was weird.
I
I've never
don't-
seen that before.
I don't know.
Maybe somewhere in Austin that they were. Who knows?
That's
Who
my
knows?
creation. Oh, that's from Vexing Rose. There you go. Vexing Rose gets the credit right there.
Oh, that was your
Click on-
creation.
click
we
on
were
her-
talking about.
Click on her chat so
Okay,
it pops
okay,
up so we know what we're talking about. So, show that is my creation. Woohoo! We love that. We think it's great. We're going to adopt that on our stuff. We'll have to give credit to Vexing Rose for that. But we love it.
Smart.
You can put multiple items up there at once. People can name what they want. And we turned a lot of stuff over that way. We still got some of the leftovers too that people didn't claim.
I like both of them, but I will say I like the name of the claim.
But here's one of the things that we're going to do just a slight difference. And because we know these auction shows don't tend to get a lot of replay value. But one of the things I'm putting into mine to give them more replay value is when we do the buy it nows and the name it to claim it. Anything that does not get claimed, the replay viewers can claim it in the comments. Because then we might still make more sales on the back end, and it gives people an incentive to continue watching the replay.
What did you say? I'm listening to Vexing. She says too many things and too much confusion without it.
Yeah, put it up there. Yeah, there's too many things and too much confusion without it.
Yeah,
because there's a lot going on in the shows. But the one thing that I want to add to it that we're going to do, and we're going to test it out, see how it works, because I'm trying to get more replay value out of the auctions, which they don't really get a lot of replay value because, once stuff's sold, nobody wants to watch what they could have. But we're going to have the buy it nows, and we're going to have, and we may do specific shows that are just buy it now shows, name it to claim it shows, and anything that's left over in the comments, y'all can put in the comments, name it. Whoever names it first in the comments gets it at that price. So that's one of the things. Okay, you can unselect her comment. So that's my addition. Okay, just hide. There we go. Take her off. There we go.
Hey.
No, it's just that's the way you do it. You put it up there for me. You don't leave it up there.
He's teaching me vaccine, so sorry about that. He's teaching me stuff.
So yeah, that's my only addition is that allows one, it gives people a reason to watch the replays, which can help us with our watch time. That's one of our biggest things. I've almost got the subscribers to get monetized. I actually have the subscribers right now to unlock super chats, but I don't have the watch time. So I've got to get my watch hours up. We're trying to let more people know about our shows.
It's been a while.
There was a time, I don't know, part of it's our fault. We took a long break from YouTube, but we had a time where this show would have 60 to 70 people in the show, in the chat the whole time. I'm trying to let people know that we're back doing the show. So let people know that we're out here, that we're chatting, that we're having a good time still. And it's also more fun when Jessica gets to join me. She doesn't always get to join me because sometimes we're in there taking care of Emily. She tries to join me when she can. She was able to get away tonight. Emily's actually in there watching the show on the couch right now.
I think she likes.
She might have gone to sleep. I don't know.
I think she likes
But
listening to us
because I haven't heard a peep out of her for a while. She might have gone to sleep. But our nurses go home
at a certain time.
So
It's
she
hard
can't
for me to
always
do.
join me. It just depends on how Emily's doing for the day. If we can walk away and leave her for a few minutes, Jessica might be in and out or, whatever. But we try to do that. And anyway, we're going to have to go. We've been on for an hour and a half for our hour-long show. And that is typical of us because we said like 20 minutes ago that we were going to go, and then we kept on going.
Okay, so
one of the other things we're going to do, now, Kyle's already experienced this. We're doing the box lot sales. Now, I'm showing them like in flat rate shipping boxes, but still, when I ship it, I'm going to find the cheapest way to ship it. If flat rate is the cheapest way to ship it, I'll do it. But if another box will be cheaper, I'm going to find another way to ship. I'm going to ship stuff the cheapest way I can. But I'm using the flat. I learned the flat rate box plan from Whatnot, and on Whatnot we get our flat rate shipping at a flat rate for like $8.99 instead of like $20.
He's trying to work on the shipping.
It's a lot more valuable for us to do flat rate boxes on Whatnot than it is on YouTube. But it's just doing the box lot, and we're gonna just do the box lots and showing stuff and sharing stuff that way. So anyway, we're gonna have to go. We got to get ready. Vexen's got to get ready. We got stuff to do. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Keep feeling rascally. We'll see you next time. End the show.